David had always been a night owl. His mind was sharpest in the quiet hours when the rest of the world slept. One night, he sat in his dimly lit apartment, the only light coming from the screen of his laptop. He was scrolling through endless pages of the internet, not looking for anything in particular. The world outside was silent, with only the occasional hum of a car passing by. Boredom led him to an idea. What if he searched for something truly bizarre? Something that no one would ever think to type into Google. He cracked his knuckles, then typed, "What happens when you reach the end of the internet?" He hit enter, expecting a joke page or some random blog post. But instead, the screen flashed, and the familiar Google logo flickered, then disappeared. In its place, a single line of text appeared. "Are you sure you want to continue?" David chuckled. "Okay, Google, let's see what you've got." He clicked yes. The screen went black for a moment, then returned with a search result, but something was off. The font was slightly different, the colors darker, more muted. He didn't recognize the website listed in the results, but curiosity got the better of him. He clicked the link. The page that loaded was a simple, stark white background with a small box in the center. Inside the box were the words, "Your curiosity will cost you. Are you ready to pay the price?" David hesitated, a chill creeping up his spine. But he'd come this far. He typed yes. The screen flickered again, and suddenly his webcam light blinked on. He stared at his own reflection in the small box on the screen. The words below it read, "You're being watched." He leaned closer to the screen, feeling a wave of unease. His phone buzzed next to him. It was a text from an unknown number. "Why did you let them in?" David's heart pounded. He typed a reply, but the message failed to send. Suddenly, his phone started vibrating non-stop, the same message flooding his screen. "Get out now." Panicking, David slammed his laptop shut, but the screen wouldn't turn off. The search page was still there, now with new text. "Running won't save you." The lights in his apartment flickered, and he felt the temperature drop. Goosebumps rose on his skin as he heard a faint tapping sound, like fingers drumming on the glass. Slowly, he turned toward the window. A shadow stood outside, barely visible against the darkness. It wasn't moving, just staring. The tapping continued, more insistent now, coming from different directions. His phone buzzed again. They're inside. David's breath quickened. He grabbed his phone and ran to the door, but it wouldn't budge. He was trapped. The tapping was everywhere now, surrounding him, growing louder, more frantic. Then everything stopped. The lights went out completely, plunging the room into darkness. The only light came from his laptop, which had somehow turned back on. The screen was black, except for a small, blinking cursor in the middle. It typed by itself. "It's too late, David." Suddenly, the room filled with the sound of whispering, voices overlapping in a maddening chorus. The screen flashed images of twisted faces, eyes wide with terror, mouths open in silent screams. David backed into a corner, his mind racing. The whispering grew louder, turning into a deafening roar. The screen flashed one final message: "You should never have searched for the end." The whispers stopped. The screen went black. The next morning, David's apartment was eerily quiet. His laptop sat open on the desk, the screen showing nothing but a blank Google search page. The window was closed, and there was no sign of any disturbance. David was gone. His phone lay on the floor. A single message displayed on the screen. Curiosity killed the cat. No one ever heard from David again. His friends and family searched for answers, but all they found were dead ends. Eventually, they gave up, but every now and then, when they searched for something late at night, they'd remember him and wonder, how far is too far when you're searching for the truth?